The Barclays Women's Super League made its much-anticipated return over the weekend for the first games of 2025. And to kick off the new year in style, there was the little matter of a Manchester derby.
These two rivals get set to go again.
Brilliant! And it's come in the game which matters most.
Oh my goodness me, how about that? It's Buddy Shaw, and surely Manchester City have won it now.
Lucia Garcia for Manchester United!
Hemp, what a strike! Toone on the outside, back to Galton, fabulous flowing move!
We begin in Manchester, where City and United faced off in the first of two clashes within 3 days. With next week's League Cup quarter-final looming, Sunday's encounter was all about points and pride. Mark Scott was there to witness the action.
So let's have a look at the lineups for you then. Two big absences from the Manchester City squad with no Chloe Kelly or Alana Kennedy. There is a WSL return for Viviana Miedemar after injury, while new signing Rebecca Knack is given her first league start. Blinkilla Brown moving to the bench. Greenwood, Hemp and Shaw all still missing through injury. Big boost for Manchester United in the shape of Ella Toone returning after recovering from a calf injury. Her inclusion means that fellow England international Grace Clinton moves to the bench. The other change from their last WSL outing sees Celine Bizet come in for Brazil forward JS, who is unavailable after a family bereavement. Before we get underway, we will have a moment's pause and reflection to honour two men that were a very big part of the respective clubs in action today. Tony Book and Dennis Law. And here's Ella Toone! Manchester United in front. And Ella Toone has her first WSL goal since April. And it just happens to come in the derby. Again, Manchester City, their own worst enemies here. Keating's clearance didn't get enough on it. And then the poke through the middle, set Toone away. Got a little scoop on its way through. Not what Turland intended, that touch. Toone, though, was alert and clinical when she got through. And it's Manchester City 0, Manchester United 1. Disappointment for Manchester City going into the winter break with that shock defeat to Everton. But, while they're looking to raise morale, they are still missing so many key players as well. Bizet's ball in is too far in front of Toone, but no chances taken at the back by Hotspur. It will be a Manchester United corner as a result. She's into a good area. Keating didn't get there. It's in. City fall 2 down early on. Leah Galton swivelling and striking and rewarding a terrific opening 20 minutes for the visitors. Galton with her third goal in the WSL this season. But Keating won't want to see this one again. Having come there, she's got to do better. Galton, quickest to react, and from that kind of range, she was not going to make a mistake. Well, they were hoping for offside there for a second, Manchester City. The first touch is off a City player, but I think the next one was off a Manchester United boot, which would have meant that Galton was offside, but no VAR, of course. Oh, it's given away. Turland! should have been 3. Another wretched pass out from the back presents Manchester United with a golden chance. And this might have killed off the game if Turland had kept her cool. And just how big a moment might that turn out to be? And they're still going for this. Oh my word! It's in from Ella Toone again. It has been coming. A Manchester City error of massive proportions allows Ella Toone to slot home a massive goal for the visitors. What on earth is happening to Manchester City today? United 3 up at the Etihad, and it could easily have been more. Ella Toone, who'd never scored against United's big rivals until today, has 2, the second of which was absolutely gift-wrapped. Fowler. That's a useful ball in, and there's Viviana Miedema to reduce the deficit. My oh my, how Manchester City needed that. Excellent work from Fowler on the flank, and she bent it into such a good area. Tullis-Joyce retreated, she knew she couldn't come for it, and it was into the perfect area for Miedema to get her head to it. Miedema. And again, it's deflected. Well, they exchanged passes here nicely, and Miedema had a little crack at goal. City corner with a couple of minutes of additional time left. Fowler. And the header is in! They've got another! And what a moment for her! A first league start, and Rebecca Knack has managed to slot away her first WSL goal. Talk about a turnaround. That might just put a bit of a different complexion on the half-time team talks. So Manchester City get the second half underway. And Keating could be in trouble here. Ella Toone chasing, and Ella Toone scoring! A hat-trick for Toone! Another nightmare at the back for City! And United are in dreamland in the derby! It has been a horror show for the City keeper. Keating with a heavy touch. Her clearance was blocked. Toone was after it. Toone got there, and although Keating got a piece of it, not enough to keep the ball out. 3 really bad errors, and they have all been punished by United. It's a good turn and go by Fowler. Now, where's the support? Park. Jill Rord, good feet. Good ball, Fowler, oh, what a save! Terrific from Tullis-Joyce to keep Manchester United's 2-goal lead intact. Big hand from Fallon Tullis-Joyce, who deserves a big hand from her defence for dealing with it like that. Simply read, Manchester United take the derby bragging rights and win away at City in the WSL for the very first time. Ella Toone, the hero, with her hat-trick. Full-time at the Etihad, Manchester City 2, Manchester United 4.
We gave a real good account of ourselves tonight. You know, I know we'll talk about the mistakes that Man City have made, but we made them make the mistakes. And for a moment, you know, this season we've had a little bit of criticism in the bigger games where we've been a little bit passive. But tonight we were just right, OK, we'll go after Man City. And we forced the errors and we got our rewards tonight.
You know, when you give away 4 goals, I think the ones particularly at the start of the second half killed the momentum because we got it back. And in between the boxes, we were pretty good, created some good chances, had quite a lot of the game. It was just that beginning of the game where we just gave over too many chances for them.
From a girl who supports Manchester United, I know what these derbies mean. I want to come into every game, making something happen on the pitch and putting in a shift for the girls. But yeah, today I wanted a goal and managed to get 3, so special day for me.
Tottenham had dominated their recent WSL encounters with Leicester, winning 5 of their last 6 meetings, while the Foxes had managed just 1 league goal away from home all season. Gilly Flaherty and Maz Faruqi were at Brisbane Road to cover this one.
Tottenham bring goalkeeper Lisa Kopp, who they signed from Leicester on Wednesday, straight into the starting 11. Olga Artinen and Luana Bula are the other 2 changes from the draw against Brighton. Top scorer of the season, Bethany England, leads the line once more. She is 2 goals away from equaling the all-time record of WSL goals scored in her career. Leicester also make a couple of changes from their impressive draw against Chelsea last time out in the WSL. CJ Bott is making her 50th WSL appearance. Missy Goodwin is rewarded for her goal against Chelsea and another against Stoke in the FA Cup with a start, as is 17-year-old Nelly Lass, who also scored in midweek. And it's just a bit of an edgy start, Gilly. Both teams just still sort of testing each other out somewhat.
Yeah, I think it's the first 10-15 minutes or so, just getting the ball under control, finding your rhythm, getting yourself back into it. Yes, they had, obviously Tottenham did, and their game got cancelled, but the FA Cup's a great bit of a leg burner as such to get back into it, but nothing compares to playing in the WSL.
Yeah, as Gilly says, a FA Cup game for Leicester, but not for Tottenham. That's going straight into the back of the net. What a start for Tottenham in this match. Amanda Neildon's shot deflects off Leipzig in the Leicester goal, and it's a dream start after just a couple of minutes. Tottenham have the early lead here.
I mean, I'm just unsure really what Leipzig's trying to do there. Really good play here from Tottenham. Neildon nice and high, just drives the ball across. I think it takes a little deflection off of Howard as it goes into the box, but it's just interesting to think there, what is Leipzig thinking?
Yeah, Leipzig misjudging the path of that ball maybe, but what a start for Tottenham. Less than 4 minutes on the clock and already ahead in this match. Takarada there winning back possession. Is there something here now? Simple tap-in should have been. My goodness me. How on earth did Captain Janice Kyman miss that one on a plate, and she somehow puts it wide?
Leicester do really well, but Kyman, it's harder to miss that than it is to put it into the back of the net.
Cut back across the face of the area from Leicester, and Missy Goodwin's gone down in a heap after coming together with Drew Spence, but that could have been a real heart-in-the-mouth situation for Tottenham.
Again, I think Tottenham just calls in their own problems here, but Drew Spence getting an all-important block on it.
Thomas. Conning-Williams. Nice work this now by Tottenham for Beth England try to run onto, but that was really nice work from Sophie Howard there, just to take that off the toe of the Tottenham captain.
Yeah, she does really well to cover.
Beth England again from distance, bounces off the crossbar and the wrong side of the goal line from a Tottenham perspective. So close, Beth England, to the second in this match for Spurs, to what would almost certainly have given them the 3 points. And it bounces out the wrong side of the goal line, and Leicester still live on. Just got a little bit of a strong words being exchanged, we should say, between the support staff of Robert Villenhan, Amadi Mikel, which is why the referee, Stacey Pearson, has just paused things and sent off a member of Amadi Mikel's support staff. A member of Robert Villenham's support team was shown a yellow as well. But that is all drawn a line under, because Tottenham have held on and they have got their first win of 2025, and it is that solitary goal in the first half that proved to be the difference. It is finished. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Leicester City 0.
you can tell that we haven't played for 5 weeks. We were rusty and we were technically not in a perfect way, but important win, and to find a way to win in this first game of the year was really important. So I'm very happy anyway.
We missed some few clear occasions today, and also maybe the last pass often is either too short or too long. So we need to be a bit more precise technically to make sure that we create more occasions. And now that we're a bit more of a finishing state of mind when we get that ball to push it inside.
Ahead of their trip to Liverpool, Brighton boasted the 4th highest goal tally in the WSL this season, trailing only the top 3 teams. Meanwhile, Liverpool ended 2024 on a tough run, suffering 4 consecutive league defeats without scoring. Commentary for this one comes from Jonathan Pearce.
I've got a chance here. Brighton. Paris is waiting for the ball to come back to her. Look at the work rate, though, from Liverpool. Look at the red shirts back in there. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now the release up to Olivia Smith, and it's a straight foot race between her and Bergspan, and Smith has won it, and Bergspan was trying to hold her off, and that's a brilliant goal, and Liverpool take the lead. Searing run, too quick for Guro Bergspan, who was trying to haul her back, and the shot across Sophie Bagley. That's the first goal of 2025 in the WSL, and it was a worthy one. Just couldn't get to grips with her, the Brighton defender. Nagano out towards Leanne Kiernan. Ran it into Karabali, the pick of the Brighton defenders. Here's Saika. Paris. First touch wasn't great. The shot loops up and in. Nikita Paris quiet so far, levels it up here. 1-1. From one end to the other, a quick counter. Saika did all the work with the run outside the defender. Took on Evans, left her for dead. There's the heavy touch. And then the shot takes a massive deflection up. Big booming deflection off Gemma Evans off the back of her heel. Fisk, her role now will be very important, and Taylor Hines on the left-hand side. Enderby. Fisk is in support going outside, but Enderby chops out wide. Here is Fisk, and it's an own goal. It's gone off Karabali. And Liverpool are ahead again. And this is a really bold move by Matt Beard at 1-1 to push his wing-back so high on. And Fisk was in support to do the damage there. Well, she doesn't deserve that because she's been excellent at the back for Brighton. And Liverpool are ahead.
We were, unrecognisable. Lacked discipline, aggression, lacked a lot. Simple mistakes. We played into their hands, into their transitions, and look, they deserve the win tonight. We just went there, unfortunately.
It has been a rough first 10 games. They've never down-tooled at all. They've always worked hard. They've always come in and wanted to improve. We saw a little bit of the old last season Liverpool tonight. I think if you look at the changes made from the bench, it helped us in the game massively. So really, really proud of the performance.
West Ham went into Sunday's match winless in their last 12 WSL encounters against Chelsea. Their struggles continued as Caterina Macario opened the scoring for the Blues inside the opening 15 minutes. Chelsea were relentless and doubled their advantage in clinical fashion when Kinga Shamik's misplaced clearance was intercepted by Natalie Bjorn, who teed up Erin Cuthbert. Utterly dominant, Sonia Bonpastor's side added a third just before the break, courtesy of a brilliant strike from Aggie Beaver-Jones. Chelsea maintained their intensity after the restart, with Niamh Charles capitalising on another poor clearance from the Hammers before picking out Sondi Baltimore. The Blues weren't done there, as with 5 minutes remaining, Cuthbert looked to set up Beaver Jones, only for the unfortunate Amber Tisiak to turn the ball into her own net. New year, same Chelsea, 5-0 the final score.
Really pleased with the performance and the results. I think we scored some really great goals, and different players were able to score. So back to business in the WSL with again a great win and a great performance.
Crystal Palace's last trip to Arsenal was a 9-0 defeat in the FA Cup in May of 2021. And things didn't start well for the visitors when Leah Williamson gave the Gunners the lead after just 6 minutes. Arsenal continued to dictate play but were unable to extend their advantage until midway through the second half when Alessia Russo pounced onto a loose ball after Shea Yenners had failed to hold on to Caitlin Ford's strike. As Palace chased their way back into the game, Arsenal punished them in emphatic fashion. Russo the provider this time, picking out an unmarked Beth Meads. The visitors' woes deepened when Annabelle Blanchard was deemed to have fouled Ford in the box, prompting the referee to point to the spot. Up stepped Mariona Caldentey to extend Arsenal's lead. The Gunners weren't done yet, as Caldentey struck again in stoppage time with her second and Arsenal's fifth. The comprehensive victory capped off an excellent week for Renee Slegers, who was officially named the Gunners' permanent head coach on Friday.
It's been a month without games for us, and going straight into a competitive game in the WSL, that was a big task. So I'm happy with the result, obviously, very important result. I'm happy with the clean sheet. You could see the first half we needed to get back into the rhythm again, find our connections, find the pace of our game and our positioning, but I think in the second half we look more like ourselves.
Aston Villa had won their last 3 WSL away games against Everton, and they dominated the first half on Saturday, taking the lead just after the half-hour mark through Rachel Daly's well-timed header. Although the visitors enjoyed the lion's share of possession, they failed to capitalise on their advantage and were punished when Everton substitute Beatrice Kisari struck a late equaliser, bringing an end to Villa's 3-match winning streak under interim boss Sean Gota.
I'm certainly pleased for us to have some really good stuff we played, a few opportunities, perhaps sometimes not taking the right decision because we could have capitalised in those situations, but again, we'll take the point on the road. Some good performances, yeah.
Confirmation of the weekend's results from the Barclays Women's Super League. Liverpool beat Brighton, Everton left it late to snatch a point against Aston Villa, Tottenham edged past Leicester, Arsenal and Chelsea both won 5-0, and United claimed the bragging rights in the Manchester derby. Here's how the league table now looks. Chelsea hold firmly onto the top spot, boasting a 7-point lead over second-placed Arsenal. Manchester United sit in third, while Manchester City slip down to fourth. Further down, Liverpool overtake Aston Villa, but the bottom 4 remain unchanged. That's all after another enthralling week in the Barclays WSL. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
And here's Ella Toone! Manchester United in front. It's in. City fall 2 down early on. A massive goal for the visitors. A hat-trick for Toone. And United are in